we're going to be talking with Matt and Ben about some of my favorite topics to discuss with them, which is, of course, the ongoing destruction of all creative work by the gigantic plagiarism machine. And then here's the thing. Sometimes there's an article that gets released. Sometimes. That article that gets released this time is what I think might be the swan song of us talking about Neom, because the final nail in its coffin has been driven in. And every time there's a big setback with Neom, a bunch of like disgruntled European glasses guys go and talk to the Wall Street Journal or Bloomberg or the Financial Times about the realities of whatever it is they were trying to do and how ridiculous it was. And another 20 people just left and talked to the Financial Times. And new bounds of credulity are being pushed. And I just couldn't not share that with you guys.
More and more European classes guys are being packed into bags. Sorry, that's packing their bags.
I think we know where the next round of residents for Neom is coming from. It's the New York City residents who are fleeing Mamdani with their capital.
Yeah. I mean, they would hate to live in a sort of an officially Muslim city.
Well,
It'd be terrible.
you know,
Well, it's mostly South Africans there right now,
at this
so
point,
they'll be
it's
okay.
6 1/2 of the other.
I mean, I was going to say, you say that, but like, you know, Britain's kind of most notable racists all sort of like live in Dubai now as well, right? Not naming names. So I feel like, you know, they can kind of, if treats are still promised to them, you could probably get them to convert.
Yeah, and also New Yorker's problem with Mamdani is that he's Shia, so it's entirely consistent with their theological standpoint to move to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But another topic I wanted to get into, because I remember, I think last time we talked, you came on, we talked about one of the classic vices, which is, of course, tobacco and smoking. But this time, I've noticed that all of everybody seems to be becoming degenerate gamblers.
Yes.
On everything.
Great.
And I'm looking especially at things like Polymarket and Kalshi.
I just wanted to interrupt you. You were supposed to say that a minute late after you said it in order for me to win my bet. So can you like take that away? I don't know.
Your interruption actually came perfect for my string of bets.
Yeah. I was sort of thinking like, I wonder like how podcasting will sort of like enter. I mean, not in terms of like, there are lots of podcasts where, actually it was very funny. I listened to a Zoran Mamdani podcast in the run-up to the election. It was like one of those.
How much do you win?
Well, no comment on that. I am a gentleman. But what I was going to say was that like it was like one of those like types of, you know, like it's like a very sort of bro podcast. It's like hosted by a comedian. And like he's sort of talking about like, yeah, there's like too much corruption in the city and like too many tech. And like the moment after he talks about like tech oligarchs and just like the control that they have on the democracy, they take an ad break to sort of like to advertise a gambling platform. I can't remember which one it was, but they do it like sometimes podcasts like they sort of do it after the show, right? They do it like, you know, they record their ad breaks and everything. They were reading it out while Zoran is sort of sitting there, and you can sort of see the awkwardness in this guy's face because it's just like you're already like past the 40-minute mark. Right. So you can't really say, yeah, I'm not doing this podcast anymore, because like once you're like past a certain point, you are just kind of in for it. So he's just like looking down while like this host is reading like the ways in which you can like the ways in which you can make money to pay for your utility bills by like making a really sick, unique gamble on like an NBA game using some type of platform.
Well, and that's a great lead in to the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is the Polymarket and Coinbase venture for the next volume of Justice Warriors. We're excited to collaborate with our friends at Polymarket to bring this comic out into the real world and start making challenges that people can bet on and make money.
It's been an exciting day for people who are placing like distant accumulators on Trash Future episodes, because if you happen to have a bet on a Shia Caliphate and the Khmer Rouge being mentioned in the first 45 seconds, boy, has it come off in a big way.
That would pay, considering our back catalog, that must pay upwards of £1.10 on every pound. But like, for example, right, like this, I noticed this last week where Brian Armstrong, the bald CEO of Coinbase, he said, and I just want to say the following words on the earnings call before we're done. Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain staking, Web3, which then caused an $84,000 bet someone else placed on whether or not he would say all those words in the earnings call to go off, which he did on purpose because he saw the bet. And the expansion of gambling into everything, I mean, you know, it's extremely like, you know, reactionary impulse. But like these organizations like Polymarket and Kalshi are nakedly political. Like they're extremely reactionary organizations. Like I'll give you an example, which is in the day of voting in the New York City election, Polymarket, they posted Zoran's name appears twice on the ballot. Now, this is normal for New York because he's endorsed by two parties, which means he appears twice in the ballot because he's endorsed by two parties, the Democrats and the Working Families Party.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's just how it works in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He has a 92% chance of winning. Both of these things are true, but the way Polymarket said it, because they can say, oh, we have prediction markets where we can calculate the odds of anything happening. They can say, Zoran's name appears twice in the ballot. He has a 92% chance of winning, and imply to all of the people who are like reading that because there is this malfeasance that's occurred, he therefore will win. I mean, if you create odds on everything, you create incentives to like stack those odds in certain directions, which I think is quite worrying.
And there's nobody making odds, right? It's just AI algorithm shit, right? I mean,
with Polymarket, there's always it's a symmetrical platform, so there's somebody putting that up, right? Like there's people have to bet against it for you to get your return. So it's not algorithmic, it's like very intentional. So anything that's put into the Polymarket specifically,
I do intentional mindful betting myself.
Yeah, I'm centered. I meditate first.
Is it who sets the odds though? Who sets the odds?
bettors. The bettors set the odds
the
by
bettors.
betting against it.
Okay.
So it's totally
Incorruptible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't understand that part of it. Yeah, no, this is bad.
Yeah, you can manipulate it so easily with just volume, with just leverage. You can like swing it one way, swing it the other way.
Yeah, but the extreme things enabled by the crypto economy, because by the way, Polymarket and Kalshi are integrating into Robinhood. So like all your life savings, if you're a Robinhood investor, all your life savings are sitting right there, right next to, I don't know, the like, will Donald Trump come out to YMCA again today? And you can trade that like a security.
Well, he's never officially come out, but
Yeah. But another company that I saw, it's not the main company we're talking about today. That's an AI one. Don't worry, everybody. But this was one I saw and then looked into a little bit called Dare Market, which is the inverse of Polymarket, because this is the CEO says this in a TechCrunch article. The CEO, Isla Rose Perfito, said, it offers the two things that this generation wants most, money and fame. Anyone can post a dare, place a crypto bounty on that dare, or do the dare and take the bounty. For brands and creators, it's a live laboratory for cultural moments, proof-based entertainment where the audience isn't just watching, they're active participants. It goes on to say, this idea echoes some of the darkest moments in crypto's history when a Solana meme coin launchpad spawned crazy stunts that put people at risk, with one streamer literally setting himself on fire for his dare meme coin. So basically, the idea is people now can put up bounties on other people engaging in acts of like public humiliation for their entertainment.
This already exists, right? Like this is the PewDiePie, this is what PewDiePie got in trouble for, like hiring guys on Fiverr to hold up some racist signs. Like this stuff is already present, but this is bad. Like there's like a TikTok.
Evil. This is evil.
There's a TikTok trend of like someone pretending to be an NPC from a video game, and they just like do their NPC loop until you give them money, and then they do like a kissy face for you. Like people's integration with money and the internet as a gamification has bricked us. We're done.
No. This is good. This is the future of the job market, is these kind of short-term gigs where you can sign up to sort of perform, some sort of task for a rich crypto bettor because they bought like a tranche of Polymarket and Dare.com bets or whatever it's called. Dare, what's it called?
Darecoin.
Dare Market.
Dare Market.
I dare someone to give Donald Trump a cheeseburger with a cartoon stick of dynamite in it and light the fuse. Just as a joke, you would get 40 million crypto.
Well, you know what you could have done though? You could, like, I'm just thinking, like, you could break this down. And by the way, copyright A24, you can't take this idea. So it is officially owned by us, and that's fine. So no one take it. You could, in theory, take this concept and have you could rebuild the JFK assassination from dares. You could be like, I dare you to go meet David Ferry. Oswald, I dare you to go hang out in the book depository.
we could have Dare 9/11.
Yeah.
That could be the second 9/11.
I dare you to fail your flight training.
Yeah.
You could dare someone to go and like set off terrorism red flags, like try and register for flight training without learning how to land.
I dare you to fall under the influence of a radical Wahhabist cleric. Like, well, that's quite specific, but fine.
I mean, you could eliminate Trump could eliminate unemployment by just printing money and pumping it into dare market and just setting up. I dare you to pretend you're working all day.